Chassis of the truck in front of us might look unremarkable now, but its destiny is about to change. In this small workshop specializing in bus construction, they will transform the existing chassis into a fully functional bus. This truck, once used for hauling goods, will soon be converted to transport people. Let's watch how they step-by-step turned this truck chassis into a luxurious bus. Currently, the craftsmen are using a manual bending machine to bend the square tubes that will be used to assemble the bus frame. Machine bending can sometimes result in slight deviations in curvature, so these two craftsmen are using large hammers to correct any discrepancies. They ensure all the steel tubes have consistent curvature. After reshaping, they will use an angle grinder to meticulously remove rust from the surface of the tubes. Once the tubes are polished, they can proceed with assembly. Since the frame has already been custom measured, they only need to weld the frame to the roof beam using an electric welder. This process is similar to building with blocks. The craftsmen place the frame in the pre-measured positions and weld it in place. Although this process might seem difficult, it is actually quite straightforward. They just need to ensure that the welds are solid, with no weak points, and the angles and positions are perfectly accurate. After welding the frame, to prevent deformation, they also need to weld angle irons inside for additional support. Once the interior is secured, they will weld pre-cut angle irons to the frame to further reinforce it. The overall stability of the vehicle relies heavily on the sturdiness of the frame. If the frame isn't solid, the likelihood of injuries in an accident would increase significantly. During welding, they exercise great caution, meticulously reinforcing various parts of the frame. After 2.5 days of welding, the frame is finally completed. Next, they can start assembling the external body panels. These pre-made iron sheets serve as the exterior body panels. To enhance the strength of these sheets, the craftsman will weld angle irons on the inside for reinforcement. Once the angle irons are welded, they can begin attaching the iron sheets to the frame. These sheets are similar to the corrugated metal panels used in warehouses. The craftsmen expertly weld them to the vehicle's frame. During the assembly, each position is pre-measured. Although the iron sheets are not custom stamped, they fit perfectly onto the frame, ensuring a sturdy and well-constructed vehicle. The entire assembly process proceeds quickly and orderly, with no deviations at all. Even without high-end blueprints for reference, their years of experience serve as the best guide. This is what is meant by practice makes perfect. Just like an experienced driver who changes gears without looking at the tachometer, simply by listening to the engine's sound, they can perform maneuvers such as parallel parking and backing into a space with ease. The front of the bus, being its face, is crafted by the craftsmen using their intuition and skill. Almost none of the body panels are stamped out by machines. They are made by hand on site. Although the overall streamline may not be as smooth and aesthetically pleasing as those produced by large factories, creating it by hand is a significant test of their craftsmanship. After completing the front assembly, the steel plates for the sides of the bus, which have been pre-assembled, are now ready to be attached to the body. Since these have been pre-made, the assembly process is very fast and soon completed. Next, they can start laying the floor inside the bus. To keep the vehicle lightweight, they use wooden planks for the flooring, similar to constructing a wooden house. The wooden planks are secured with nails, and the flooring is quickly laid down. After welding the entire bus body, they apply putty to the joints to smooth them out. Once the putty is applied, they can start painting the bus to give it a distinctive look. The variety of colors required makes the painting process time-consuming. The master craftsmen paint the bus outdoors without wearing any protective gear. Despite the simplicity of the process, the final result, once the masking tape is removed, is very refined. After the exterior painting is completed, the craftsmen move on to installing the seats inside the bus. To save costs and reduce installation time, the seats are welded directly to the metal floor. Constructing a bus like this typically takes about half a month. Thanks to their hard work and skill, this bus is finally completed.